Hi, welcome back to Flipping Pages, Stirring Sauces. Um, Sorry about being away so long. I've been very busy. I would like to say shout out to my godson, shout out Shakina, and shout out to my sister Denise, who have always had my back, even when I didn't realize it. Um, my sister and I, we've had an interesting relationship. We've had, when we were children, we fought, fist fight every day. And she most often got the better of me because I was hesitant to fight back because I'm older, so I know I would get the blame whether I was wrong or whether I was right. I would get the blame. Um, but at the same time, she would probably 5 minutes before finish kicking my butt. But if somebody else tried to kick my butt or do anything to me, she'd be right there to kick the crap out of them. Yep, Mother Pepper. Yeah, that's my sister Denise. She, along with my father, my grandmother, and maybe my mother, are the only people in my life that I can remember really having my back without expecting something in return. So, shout out to my sister Denise. Much ahab. Um, Today, I'm coming to you as a warrior, and I've made notes. I'm gonna be pulling out a lot of the weapons that the Creator has given us to fight with. I'm gonna be pulling out Gabriel, the Comforter. We see him in Luke comforting Mary. Much of that part of the Bible is distorted and has been rewritten to suit the purpose of man. But we do see Gabriel in Luke comforting Mary during the time of her pregnancy. And we see him again comforting Eve when she was giving birth. I'll also be pulling out Michael the archangel, who is at war right now, defending the Creator's chosen people. I will also be invoking Psalms 83 because that is a very powerful weapon that the Creator has given to us to use in our defense. And finally, I will be invoking 2nd Esdras 15, verse 43 to 51. And today, I'm going to be talking about my Canadian Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, the Jamaican Commissioner of Police, Anthony Anderson, and finally the thug, Andrew Holness. Now, Justin Trudeau, Canadian Prime Minister, after telling Canadians that he wouldn't have an election during the pandemic, he called a speedy election, hoping to get a majority government. he was taught a very swift lesson, because the Canadian people showed him that they're not with him by once again putting him back in a minority government. And it doesn't matter who is in the House of Parliament, they're all one in the same. They're all the same. And yeah, Andrew Holness. What did Andrew Holness do during the pandemic? Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Pardon me on this. People always, always, always choose to call me during a time that is most inconvenient. And I thought I'd had that handled. But obviously I didn't have it handled, because then that wouldn't have happened. But life happens, and I ask that you forgive that little intrusion. So as I was saying, Andrew called an early election during the pandemic. There are a lot of similarities between these two, and I don't know if you can see the similarities, but they both have the same handler. And Justin Trudeau has an electric device that is attached to him, and it monitors him. It monitors his every move, and it also gives him instructions. And if you examine the thug, Andrew Holness, very closely, you'll probably see that he has an ankle monitor as well. And when you look at the body language of these people, well, they're not people, they're computers. When you look at the body language, you will notice they all stand the same way. Their posture is the same. And this device that they wear is also a device of punishment, because if they stray from what they are being told to do, this device is activated and punishes them. I know I said they're computers, but they can still be punished. And today I want to say Lucifer and Yahweh. I know you say we shouldn't even say his name, so I ask your forgiveness for that. But go sit in a corner and lick your wounds, because your time is up. And the corner I'm putting you in, yes, the Creator has given me the power to tell you, go sit in a corner, and you must listen and obey and go sit in a corner, because the Creator's chosen child is speaking to you. And you go sit in that corner until the Creator is ready to take you out of that corner, because I'm not taking you back out of that corner that I've put you in. Anyway, Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson said the lockdown is not a crime prevention measure. It is a COVID measure. And this is the commissioner of police. Well, if the commissioner of police knows that persons are going through the bush to murder someone, then they should be patrolling the bush. It's as simple as that. Patrol the bush and prevent the criminals from using the bush as a shortcut to go and do their criminal activities. And that is all that I have to say to you, Anthony Anderson. Okay. Thug. Mr. Thug. Andrew Holness. Freedom of speech and expression is still a part of Jamaica's constitution. And unless the constitution has been changed, which I know for a fact it has not been changed, because the constitution is not something that you just flash a pen and sign and change. Freedom of speech and freedom of expression is still a part of the Jamaican constitution. So your guy, Floyd Green, a thug like yourself, and his cohorts, they should be pepper sprayed, they should be fined, they should be locked up, and they should all have their heads shaved, and they should be doing some long jail time. They were celebrating the incarceration of the Jamaican poor people who were imprisoned in their homes. They were being held captives in their homes. And these people, these thugs who are lawmakers, were blatantly breaking the law on No Movement Day and celebrating. You should be ashamed of yourself, Andrew Holness, and they should be ashamed of themselves. I hear that you're thinking of reinstating this Floyd Green person. You see, I sent you a warning. I sent you a warning that your time is very short, and your time is very short. And as long as you continue to suppress and oppress the Jamaican population, your troubles are going to multiply and multiply until Marcus Garvey's words come to pass. And I'm giving you this warning. You have until Friday sundown, the start of my Sabbath, to let the political prisoner by the name of Joseph Patterson that you have locked up, to let him out of jail. You better free that political prisoner that you have locked up. The pit that you dig for somebody else is the same pit you're going to fall into. The table that you've spread for Mr. Patterson is the same table you will be eating off of. You're a thug. This political prisoner was out protecting the poor people of Jamaica, making sure to preserve their rights. And you lock him up? This is something you have sworn to do, and you haven't done so. You have failed to protect the Jamaican people. And those police officers that you're using to suppress the poor Jamaican people, they will feel the same wrath that I'm about to let go on you. Because like I said, the Creator's chosen people have the power to speak things into existence. And it's time to unplug you, Andrew Holness. It's time to short circuit you. It's time to cause you to crash. You don't need a permit to walk in Jamaica. You don't need a permit to speak your mind in Jamaica. It's supposed to be a democracy. And the Queen is supposed to be the head of Jamaica, and she's sitting back and watching this happen and not saying a word to you. Oh, but you're a member of the Privy Council. I forgot. You're a thug. You're a thug in a suit and a tie. Bro God, need I say any more? Bro God, that's a name you're proud of? If that doesn't say Kana boy, if that doesn't say thug, then I don't know what does. China and Uncle Sam is in charge of Jamaica. They're calling the shots. Babylon must fall. And you being a part of Babylon, Andrew Holness, will fall. Jamaican people, you need to rise up. Rise up, rise up, stay awake. Tear down the walls and set the captives free. Their time is up. And I will now ask the Creator, the Ancient of Days, Yahweh, the Most High. I ask you to send your angel Gabriel to Mr. Patterson, Mr. Joseph Patterson, who is incarcerated. He broke no laws, he committed no crimes. I ask you to send Gabriel, your angel, to comfort him. Whisper to him. Whisper words of strength and encouragement, and to make him come out of this stronger than he went in. And I'm asking you, Ancient of Days, the Creator, the Most High, Yahweh, to pour out your wrath upon the head of Andrew Holness and his thug friends. And I'm asking you to send Michael to wield his sword and chop their head off. They're filthy, they're corrupt, and they need to be stopped. I've said it. The Creator has given me the power to speak these things into existence, and speaking them into existence is what I'm doing. Send your angel, your archangel Michael, to destroy Andrew Holness and all of his cohorts, and maybe leave one standing to tell the tales. I will now invoke Psalms 33 upon Andrew Holness and his cohorts. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate you have lifted up the head. They have, Andrew Holness and his cohorts have taken crafty counsel against your people, and have consulted against thy hidden ones. Andrew Holness and his thugs have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. Andrew Holness and his thugs have consulted together with one consent. They have confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon, and Amalek, and Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also is joined with them. They have Halpin, the children of Lot, Selah. Do unto Andrew Holness and his thugs, as unto the Medanites, as to Syria, as to Jabin at the brook of Kison, which perished at Endor. Andrew Holness and his thugs have become as dung for the earth. Yeah, they've become like poop for the earth. Doo-doo. Cow manure. Make Andrew Holness, his thugs, and their nobles like Horeb and like Zeba, yea, all their princes, and as Zeba and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. O my Yahweh, make Andrew Holness and his thugs like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind. As the fire burneth a wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire, so persecute Andrew Holness and his thugs with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces, fill Andrew Holness and his thugs' faces with shame, that they may seek thy name, O Yahweh. Let them be confounded and troubled forever. Let Andrew Holness and his thugs be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let Hey chick, can you give me 5 minutes? I'm doing a recording. All right. Shalom. That was my sister Denise. I never refuse a phone call from her because it's usually something important. So, verse 17. Let Andrew Holness and his thugs be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let Andrew Holness and his thugs be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the Most High over all. And I will now invoke second Esdras. Verse 43 to 51, upon Kahain, seed, and Babylon. Yes, Babylon, Andrew Holness, and his thugs are a part of Babylon. And Babylon must fail. They must fall. And they, the destroyers of the Gentiles, shall go steadfastly unto Babylon, and make her afraid. They shall come to her and besiege her, the star and all wrath shall they pour out upon her. Then shall the dust and smoke go up unto heaven. And all they that be about her shall bewail her. And they that remain under her shall do service unto them that have put her in fear. And thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. Thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith Yahweh, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower. The heat shall arise that is sent over thee. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastened with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. Yes, Andrew Holness, when the Creator get finished with you, nobody will even want to look at you. And I think I will leave it there for today. I wish you Baruch and Shalom. And if you've swallowed any of this, I hope that you will share, like, and subscribe. Shalom, Creator's chosen.